Do you ignore the problem and just be hoping that temptation does not mean opportunity? Is there something that is in my life that if somebody is able to just, what are you going to do about it? Who or what can separate you from the love of God? Nothing should be able to separate us from the love of God. Move on to the next question. What are you going to do about it? Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Wisdom Wednesdays with Peace. To those who are just tuning in for the first time, this is a space where we get to discuss about life, we get to discuss about biblical truths. This is a space where we just want to look at God's word and then see how we can translate it to our everyday lifestyle and just, bring the Bible to life in our lives. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, and to those of us who have been here, the OGs, thank you so much for tuning in, for the likes, for the shares, for your thoughtful comments. I'm so glad and I really do appreciate it. Today, I want us to answer the question, or I want us to look at this question and try to answer it in our personal life, because I'll be looking at the comment. Just what do you think about it? And the question we'll be trying to answer today is who or what can separate us from the love of God? Now, as I like to give a background to what spurred the episode, or basically where the topic of today is coming from, I'll say I was just reading the Bible on a random day, and I was looking at the story of Balaam. To those who don't know Balaam, please just check Numbers. Yeah, you will find the story of Balaam. But I'm just going to try to get to where I'm heading to. So you have Balaam, is a prophet of God, and everything that God tells him comes to pass. Everything that he prophesies always comes to pass. And then you have this king that doesn't like the children of Israel. Let's put it that's the summary. He did not like the children of Israel, and he's like, oh, okay, they are his people, his advisors are telling him, there is this prophet, invite him, let him curse the children of Israel. When they curse them, of course, it will follow them. He's a prophet of God. And they go and meet him and so the king sent some people to invite Balaam to come and curse the children of Israel. They get to Balaam. Balaam says, okay, let me go inquire of God. I'm even wondering, why are you inquiring why are you actually asking permission to go and curse? Who is giving you such kind of permission? But yeah, he went to God and said, oh, this is what the king has said, and this is it. And God said, no, don't go and curse these people. Balaam comes and say, okay, this is what God said. I can't curse them. And then they went. And then the king said, okay, maybe it's because we're not offering him enough money. Well, let's tell him that I'm going to give him this, I'm going to give him that. Just try to convince him, come and curse these people. And they go and meet him again. And he goes to God again, trying to inquire, say, God, maybe he was tempted. That's why he's trying to, do this second confirmation, something like that. And he goes, asks God again, and like, no. But then he gave in, and like he went to God, and God said, okay, go. But only say what I'm going to tell you to say, right? And he started the journey. There were a lot of things that happened on the way. But then he gets there, and then rather than curse, he begins to bless. And of course, he's a prophet of God, so whatever he sees will happen. So he begins to bless the people, give blessings upon the children of Israel. And the king is like, I invited you for a purpose. These people are already blessed. And I say, come and curse them. And here you are giving additional blessings on them. I don't understand what's going on. But that's what happened. Now, as he was leaving, he told the king that, see, I have not been given permission to curse these people, but here's what you can do to these people that will stop God from shielding them, or stop God from answering their prayers, those kind of things. Basically, come, I have a secret. I want to tell you something. You want to get this thing. I don't know how this way you're asking me it's not working, but I know a way. You understand the kind of thing. So that's what happened. And then Balaam goes to tell him, introduce them to other gods, right? Introduce the children of Israel to other gods. Now, when they start serving this other god, because of course God has said, do not serve other god. If you turn your back away from me, I will turn my back away from you. So when he told the king, this is how you can get them. This way didn't work, but this way will definitely work. And then he left. So that was basically what was the disconnect, or what could dampen the blessings that they had been receiving from God. That's serving other gods. It was sad. But of course, the king did that, and the children of Israel took the bait and went off to serve other gods. And if you see, a lot of things happened to them along the way. And that is why today I want us to ask ourselves and answer the question, who or what can separate us from the love of God? To the children of Israel, serving other gods that was the disconnect. And this verse that has this question, we can see it in the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 35. I'm going to read that. I'm reading from the New King James Version. It says, who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? And it ends with a question mark. Who shall separate us? What can separate us? And for me, I just started to ask myself, so is there something that is in my life that someone can say, like Balaam had that knowledge that if I tell this king to introduce the people to other gods and they start serving other gods, God will turn his back on them. And then, is there something that is in my life that if somebody is able to or something happens to me, or someone does something to me, or someone takes something away from me, I was just thinking to myself, exactly what is too priceless, or what exactly is too important that if you take this thing from me, then you can literally take away God from me, because it means that I want to do anything to maybe get it back, or I want to do anything to have that kind of thing, just that thinking out to myself. And this verse listed a host of things. There was like, is it tribulation? Is it distress? Is it persecution? Is it famine? Is it nakedness? Is it peril? Is it sword? You could insert a host of things. Is it family? Is it friends? Is it work? Is it business? Is it life? Is it pain? Just insert a lot of things. Is it blessings? Like, what exactly is able? What have we given so much power that this thing can be able to separate us from the love of Christ? You hear statement like, see, I'm this way, but if you try this thing, if you just make sure you reach this point in my life, see, you not even remember that, see, I know God. I'm going to show you that, well, today, not today, So, those kind of things. Like, what is that kind of thing that if you do this to me, I will show you that today, not today? Like, those are the kind of things that we if you check deep and you try to not ignore it, those are the kind of things that can separate us from the love of God. That moment of weakness, that moment of someone step on your toe on a bad day. Maybe a lot of things are not going well. So, will the day that things are not going well be able to separate you from the love of God? Will that be the day that your salvation will be cost? Would that be enough to separate you from the love of God? Or it could be someone close to you does something so hurtful, and then you forget about, well, God's commandment to forgive. You forget about not to repay evil for evil. You are like, okay, you do this thing like this, too can play the game. I will show you that me too, I'm capable of that. You forget about, if your enemy hunger, give him food. You're like, no, this one that did this kind of thing to me, you will suffer and you will rot. So we need to, so I just want us to just ask ourselves the question today: who can separate us from the love of God? And when you ask yourself that question and you find the answer, because we need to actually find the answer. So it's not just, don't stop at, oh, this thing, it's like if this thing happened, it's like if this thing happened to me, there will be problem. It's like if this thing happened to me, there's going to be an issue. Don't stop there. Don't stop at realizing what is capable of separating you from the love of God. Don't stop there. Now, when you get to realize this, when you get to know this, move on to the next question. What are you going to do about it? Do you ignore the problem and just be hoping that temptation does not meet opportunity? Just be hoping that the day that your car crash, the day that you have an injury on your leg, nobody steps on your toe. The day that your car crash, nobody adds any other thing onto your plate. Are you just hoping that, okay, these things will not happen to you? Or you have been able to just check, make it a rule in your mind that nothing should be able. I want to read Matthew chapter Matthew chapter 5, yes, and Matthew chapter 5 from verse 29 to 30. It says, if your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and cast it from you, for it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you, for it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. And I just like to use this verse to use it as a kind of template for us to be able to judge what we need to do to those things that are capable of, separating us from the love of God. Here, it could be a right hand. A right hand could be anything. Like, you just need to think that you just need to settle down and think. It's not necessarily the hand per se, but what do you place, like, for those that the right hand are the more dominant hand, it could be a person, it could be a property, it could be a set of people or a group of people, sorry. You just need to ask yourself, find those things, and then make sure you are able to do away with. If it will mean cutting your right hand off, do it. But we just need to be able to say that nothing, no matter how they try. So a Balaam in today's generation can come and tell the king, could be anybody, see, if you do this thing to this person, they are going to do this thing, and they can't find you, like, they can't fault you. They try it, but it doesn't work. I remember the story of Daniel, when he said, see, we cannot catch him anywhere. You can only catch him with his God and his prayer. Go and make a decree. And they did it, but they met him still praying. You understand this kind of thing? So why don't I want us, for today's episode, I just want us to ask ourselves these two questions. Who or what? Remember, it's not necessarily a thing, it could be a person. Who or what can separate you from the love of God? When you ask and you answer that question, follow it with, what can you do or what should you do? Because nothing should be able to separate us from the love of God. I remind you that it's not something that is going to be easy. So yes, I'll be looking out for your comments, for your thoughts on what practical ways do you think we can do today to cut off the hands, or cut off the eyes, basically those kinds of things, to be able to make sure that nothing in our lives can separate us from the love of God. So don't forget to comment, like, share, and hit the subscribe button. See you on another episode. Thank you. I love you, and God loves you too.